the danger from the sun, and the Apollo astronauts dealt with it, and we've dealt with it for a long time on the International Space Station, and we have a lot of data from the moon from our NASA probes that have gone out there and collected. So we think we know what we'll encounter.
Great. Okay. And tell me, Reed, how does it feel to be the commander of NASA's first crewed mission going back to the moon since Apollo?
I align with Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen. So every day that I go into work, I won't say every day is easy, but every day is fun, and I'm flying with people that have principles, they have integrity, and they have just so much knowledge and professionalism. It's a dream come true. And getting to work with the whole team, the international team, it's the best.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for being here with us, Reed. Really quickly, do you have any advice for anybody that might want to follow in your footsteps one day?
We always say that you have to find that job that you love, go all in on it, live your best life, be as good a professional as you can, and someday apply for the program. And we look forward to seeing your application come across our desk.
Thank you, Reed, and good luck on your upcoming mission.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Now, if anybody feels like reaching for the stars, NASA is actually currently accepting applications to be an astronaut. You can one day travel to the moon and eventually to Mars. From teachers to scientists to even those in our armed forces, we are looking for a diverse group to take humanity farther into the cosmos. You can apply now through April 16th by visiting go.nasa.gov/astro2024. Now, timing is everything when it comes to pulling off successful science during an event like today. Let's hear from a very special guest who also knows a thing or two about perfect alignments.
Hi, I'm Paul DeYoung, shortstop for the Chicago White Sox. What does it take to do my job? You gotta know your physics. I specialize in predicting the path of fast-moving objects at a split-second pace. At my position, it's key to know exactly where and when two paths will cross. Just like NASA needs to know when the Earth, Moon, and Sun will align to predict the solar eclipse. Working it all out on the whiteboard is one thing. But seeing it in action is a whole other ballgame. And on April 8th, you can see just what I mean as a total solar eclipse crosses the United States. NASA has mapped the detailed shape of the moon's surface, so we know exactly where the moon's shadow will fall. And you know where to be to see the eclipse in person, even if it's from the stands. Don't miss your chance to experience the beauty of science in action, and maybe catch a ball game.
We are under 2 minutes actually, away from totality here in Kerrville, Texas, which will mark the start of our eclipse coverage across America. Now, folks, we have a little bit of cloud coverage right now in Kerrville, so we are showing the Dallas feed. But again, we're holding out hope. Gina and I are thrilled to be here with Dr. Nicola Fox, who is the Associate Administrator of NASA Science Mission Directorate. Nikki, thank you for being here.
Oh, I wouldn't be anywhere else.
Thanks for being here, Nikki. So tell us how the science conducted today will really impact the future of exploration at NASA Science.
Oh, wow, there's so much that we're going to be doing today. We're going to be studying the sun. We're going to be studying the Earth's atmosphere and how that changes. You can see it getting dark. And, we've got these little magnetometers. They're going to be all across. We have 30 of them all the way across. I'm going to hold it up. There it is. Love magnetometers, and we're gonna be having these all the way across the path of totality. And it sounds like we are going. We should get up. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
After a minute. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. Glasses on, Nikki? Yes.
Yeah, glasses on, but we're about to get. Yeah.
There's some
coverage.
It's trying to peek out.
It is trying. It is getting dark here. The wind's picked up. You could actually see the birds started flying in a very weird pattern a minute ago. Come on, clouds.
Wow.
Yes. I might have to switch to Team Sun. Come on. Oh my goodness. We're there. We're nearly there. Okay.
Here we go.
Wow, the crowd is counting down. Yes. Oh my goodness. I've been saying all day. Look at dark. Look at dark it is around here. Yeah.
It is just this white
Just a white ring. Yeah. It's so dark.
It is so dark.
It is so dark. The sky is clear.
Wow.
The categories have planes and helicopters and drones all around.
It's
It's making a clouds are going to clear for that. Oh, yes.
Oh my
Look at that. Just
It's
look
amazing.
at that.
And we have about, what, 4 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
to
4
just
minutes.
fast.
And 25 seconds to be. Yes.
I mean, this really, again, reminds you that we're on this one planet, you know, in this larger system.
And you have to be on this planet to see what we're seeing.
You do. That's why we are Team Sun, Earth, and Moon. Because you need the moon for an eclipse. You need the sun for an eclipse. And we're standing on the Earth.
Oh, man.
So, all of NASA science represented by a total solar eclipse.
And something that, what, over 30 million of us today, at least,
At least,
Yeah.
at least, yes.
able
I
to
mean,
witness
yeah.
this.
I don't know about
people living in the path of totality. So
Doesn't
imagine
count
how
for
many people
travels.
actually traveled here. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is
Wow.
getting me extra excited about all the science.
All the science that we're doing. Yes. Yes.
All right, those clouds are playing tricks on
Those
us
clouds
now.
are being pretty mean. Yes.
It was nice to get a taste, though. Wow.
It's true.
It is
Yes.
so dark.
It is.
It's got everybody
is so
going up.
dark.
I'm so happy that, you know, for folks that travel,
Yes.
able to see this take place.
That's right.
And
And
it's
so
getting such a great atmosphere here all day. Every time the sun comes out, everybody
everyone's
cheers.
cheering,
Yeah.
counting down. It has been incredible. And so, wow.
That's true.
Oh, Nikki, what's your favorite part about these? About an eclipse? Is this your first?
No, this is my second one, 2017. I was in Nebraska and I saw it there. But I think there's just you can study the sun, you can study the corona, but suddenly you see it with your own eyes, and it's that feeling of just wow, that is our star. Like that isn't just the sun anymore. That's a star, and you see it looking like a star. And you know, as we study. As we look for exoplanets in other galaxies that might be able to support life, you know, we need to understand our relationship here on this planet with that star. And so it's so important. And I think when you see it, you're just like, wow, it actually is a star. You know, it's not just a bright point of light in the sky. You can see the structure. You can see just how exciting the sun is and actually how dynamic it is.
Yeah. And you know, it's not often in heliophysics that we can actually see the science that we're doing with our own eyes.
That is right.
So it's
that
a
is
rare
right.
experience.
Or even sharing it, you know?
Yeah.
Millions of us
So
today.
many people partake.
Yeah.
That's right. It's pretty windy too here.
It is windy.
And so I know earlier in the show we've mentioned that total solar eclipses really might only pass through a certain location, say every 75 years.
Yeah.
Can you explain how come we don't see eclipses like this
Every
day?
month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the moon's orbit is actually tilted, and so most of the time when it passes in front, it doesn't block out the light for us. At this particular time, it is right on the plane between the Earth and the Sun. It is actually at its closest point to the Earth, and so in the plane of the sky, the moon is exactly the same size as the sun, and that is very unique.
That is so special too.
Yes.
I mean, what are the
It's
odds?
the 400s, right?
Yes.
The distance between the Earth and the Moon is 400 times closer than
Yes.
the Earth and the Sun, and the size is 400 times smaller as well. So it just blocks it perfectly.
Yep. It does, and right now the clouds are blocking it perfectly.
Yeah, but we got a taste of it.
We
Which is
do.
very nice, and we are
We
chasing
do.
this eclipse across North America
We
today.
are.
So excited.
Yeah,
to
we
see
are.
some of these
I
other
think it wants to
locations.
come out again.
I do
The
too.
clouds are thinning.
Yeah, the crowds.
You can hear the crowds cheering,
getting excited.
We're hopeful.
Yeah.
channeling all that good energy.
This crowd has been great all day.
Oh, yes.
All day.
It's crazy to believe too that it was so dark and it's only like midday.
Oh yes. Yes. Yeah.
Wow, and we're starting to get some
Starting to get the light back.
Yeah, starting to get
Great.
like that.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we did not see the diamond ring at the end of the eclipse because of the clouds, which is always a crowd pleaser. But we did see it actually
Saw it
right
beginning.
before totality. There was suddenly this beautiful bright one light
and then it all went dark. So we did actually see quite a few great features on the sun, and somebody actually was saying they could see a sunspot, obviously through their glasses, but they could see a sunspot. So yeah.
Can you clarify what the sunspots are for our viewers?
Yes, absolutely. So if you were looking through your glasses, you might have seen a couple of dark spots on the sun. They are actually very intense places. There's very, very intense magnetic field there. They're very active, and that is what can cause space weather. So every now and again, those active regions can sort of explode and then send billions of tons of solar material towards our planet.
Wow. Well, this was fantastic. Thank you so much, Nikki. This was incredible to experience this with you. Let's follow this clips right up that path. Next up is Dallas. We have Joy and Michael standing by for their big moment in the sun.
Yeah, you can feel the temperature change. The wind is completely quieted down. Yep.
So the energy here is amazing. So with me right now is Dr. Michael Kirk. He's one of our eclipse experts. Michael, we saw an annular eclipse back in October.
Yes.
Today is a total eclipse. How are you feeling today?
It is totally different. I am ecstatic. The annular eclipse was really cool. This is, you can feel it, the energy here is electric.
If you look around, you can see that the darkness is coming. Let's have a quick look at what we're looking at right now. We're almost there. We're a couple of minutes away.
Ooh, yeah, just a crescent left.
So let's quickly talk about some of the ways that the public are participating in the eclipse right now.
Yes.
Michael, can you talk about some of the citizen science projects?
Yes, there are people all around the country right now making measurements of audio recordings to see how the environment is changing. And it is a great opportunity to do genuine science with just an audio recorder.
Fantastic. So we are almost like, let's see, a few minutes away. So a minute 30 out, I think, actually. So let's have a look at the eclipse. Michael, what should we expect to see moments before totality?
Okay, so as we approach totality, you're going to see that crescent sun slowly drift away, and then you're going to see the Bailey's beads, where there are these bright points of light that are last bits of sunlight cascading through the moon valleys. And then right before totality, you'll see a diamond ring, that last single point of light, and then we'll be in totality. We just have a thumbnail of sun left. We are closing in on totality here.
Wow, we see a sliver of the sun left. Remember, you can only take your safety glasses off when the moon has completely covered the sun. And in Dallas, Texas, we are seconds away.
Oh my goodness, I can feel my heart racing. You can hear the crowd getting excited. The birds are chirping, and they seem like they're going into their nighttime routines.
Wow. So we are a few seconds away. You can hear the crowds cheering.
Here we go. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely ecstatic.
The darkness is coming over Dallas.
Here we are. Just a few seconds
10
left.
seconds.
Woo! Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay, we are 5 seconds away from totality.
One little bit. It's totally dark here. Deep twilight around here.
Wow. You can hear the
It's the
crowds.
last bit of lights, and we're in totality. Woo! Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That is absolutely breathtaking.
Oh my God, Michael. How are you feeling right now?
I am just awestruck. I mean, there's a few high clouds, but the beauty of the corona is clearly visible. You can see that spiky structure just poking out. It is heart-stoppingly beautiful.
Oh my goodness, I have tears in my eyes. I was not expecting this.
This is one of those experiences that you just never forget. I feel so special to be right here, right now, experiencing it, and knowing that people literally across the nation are doing the same thing it's truly amazing.
Wow, let's take a moment to take it all in. This is absolutely breathtaking.
Wow. You can see that spiky structure of the corona. That's indicative of our approach to solar maximum. That asymmetrical nature of the corona happens when we're in solar maximum. That's going to be happening in about a few months from now. So that means that this view of the corona will never happen again, ever. This is a completely unique view that even if you see a million solar eclipses, you'll never quite see one like this.
So, Michael, you study the sun. What is it like to see the corona that you don't normally see?
I mean, I just, there are no words. I spend my life studying this thing, and to be able to see it and feel it is, I mean, it's just tremendous. You can see a prominence in the chromosphere, the middle atmosphere of the sun. It's a pink spot. And that pink loop is what I spent 5 years doing a dissertation on. that one little pink loop. And it's just, it makes it all feel like it's in perspective now.
I can't believe how clearly I can see those pink loops and
We
the
can
structures in the corona.
We can see a few planets out as well. They're brightly shining in the sky. And actually there's a plane racing across the shadow as we speak as well.
And I just want to take a moment to say a huge thanks to our telescope operator, Vanessa Thomas, for providing these views. This is just so stunning.
People are applauding here, as you can hear. I mean, I think everyone here is getting exactly what they came for, which is just that sense of your place in the universe. This is our closest star, and being able to see the star like this is truly special.
Okay, we have 1 minute left of totality.
Oh, the time just passes way too quickly.
The next eclipse won't happen across the US for another 20 years, so this really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a lot of people.
Absolutely. Our friends up in Alaska will see their next eclipse in 2033, so I am like already thinking I need to go there. I mean, it's just it doesn't matter what I need to do. I just have to go there.
Wow. So we're 30 seconds out.
Oh,
So right before totality ends, our telescope operator Vanessa is going to put the solar filter back on. But let's just cherish these last few moments of totality in Dallas, Texas. Michael, what will happen right before totality ends?
So as totality is ending, we'll go through the process in reverse. You'll see maybe a diamond ring, a few Bailey speeds as the sun creeps out of totality. And then we're going to go back into a crescent sun again. Okay, and there's a diamond ring again. So
Okay.
put your glasses back on.
Sunglasses back. Eclipse glasses back on.
And it's coming back.
Wow. Wow, the slither of the sun
And you can
has
see
come
shadow
back.
bands on the ground right now. It looks like it's almost raining, or you can see the shadow bands racing across the ground as we come back in out of totality.
Wow. Whew. Oh my goodness, Michael, that was amazing. I was not expecting to feel so emotional. I still have tears in my eyes.
It just grabs you. I mean, it is unlike anything else. It's as amazing as seeing anything in the natural universe. Like I said, there are no words.
Michael, thank you so much for being with us in this very, very, very special moment.
I feel honored to be here. We truly are in a special place in the entire universe right here, and I'm just so happy to share it with you.
So now let's head back to James at NASA's Kennedy Space Center, who's with the eclipse moon. He's tracking the shadow moving across the US. James, how are things looking on your end?
Yeah, wow, Joy and Michael, really cool view there. It's insane to see just how dark it gets. It's literally like nighttime there. You can hear the birds chirping in that shot as well. And the garden's absolutely beautiful. We got a bunch coming up in just a few moments here. Our next eclipse path target here for the NASA broadcast is in Russellville, Arkansas. They're going to have a long window too, 4 minutes and 12 seconds. They're expecting that totality kickoff at 1:50:05 to be exact. Again, you can continue to track this with our eclipse tool here. This is at go.nasa.gov/eclipse explorer. You can see just how quickly it's moving. I'm playing this in real time. You can see that shadow. It's already moving very quickly to the northeast. And the fun isn't just for our friends on the path of totality, and there are a lot of people on that path of totality. About 31 million people reside somewhere on that path of totality. But there's a lot of people, obviously, outside of that path as well, too. If I put on this overlay here for the percent coverage, a lot of folks, us included here in Florida, are experiencing that partial eclipse. As always, if you are in a partial eclipse, be sure to be wearing those eclipse glasses to protect your eyesight as you're viewing it. But you can see these bands here are greater than 75% view. So say you're watching up in I don't know, Milwaukee here, for example, you've got a great view, almost 100% coverage. You're not quite at totality. 89.4%. Looks like you got good cloud cover there. 20% cloud cover. So hopefully you got a nice view up there as well too. I've also put on this overlay here to show you just the amount of the duration of totality. You see, a lot of our places are out of the time, but as you see, just how quickly that can go by. This just passes so quickly, and again, if you miss this, the next time you're going to have to wait for this in the U.S. is not going to be until 2045. So again, make sure you're previewing exactly when to expect that peak time of coverage wherever you are in our path of totality or even outside of that path of totality. So a lot coming up very soon. Again, our friends in Russellville look like they have great coverage there as well too. Only 9% cloud cover, so hopefully they're getting a really nice view. But let's check in with Jasmine up there to see. Hopefully you're looking good for there. How's it looking up in your way up in Russellville?
Everything is looking absolutely fabulous here in Russellville. We could not have asked for better weather. So we are back here in the downtown Depot area. Joining us now is heliophysics expert Dr. Patrick, all the way from DC. How are you feeling about your very first total solar eclipse?
I'm incredibly excited. As I'm watching all of the changes, there go the crowd. As I'm watching all of the changes, I'm thinking back to the textbooks that I've read, and it was all academic before. This is no longer academic.
Yeah, so the feeling is very different than what we might read in a textbook. Patrick, just describe the atmosphere around us as it's changing.
Right now, as I'm looking around, of course, the temperature has been falling for the last 20 or 30 minutes, but the light is dimming, and it's dimming faster and faster and faster. It seems like it's accelerating. The crowd is definitely excited. I'm looking around the ground to see if I see the shadow snakes. I don't, but this is just really exciting.
It really is. Honestly, like you said, we're feeling that cooler weather.
Yeah.
The crowd behind us just erupted. We're also feeling them fall a little bit quieter too. So we're going to take a beat of silence as we get into totality. I think we're less than about 15 seconds away. So we're going to also look over our shoulder with our solar eclipse glasses still on until we are in totality. Here we go. Just a sliver of the sun left.
Crowd's getting excited.
The crowd, yeah, all around us, completely electric.
Going. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Here we are.
Here we go.
And the crowd goes wild.
Oh my.
Wow.
We got some Bailey's beads.
Absolutely stunning.
That is spectacular. We see Venus over to the side there.
And Patrick, it came and went so quickly, but we did see a diamond ring at the very beginning there. Can you describe to us what is that?
Sure, that diamond ring effect is due to the moon not being perfectly smooth. It's got mountains, it's got valleys. So just like here on Earth, when we see a sunrise or a sunset through a valley, we just watch the sunset through a valley on the moon.
Absolutely stunning.
Oh my.
So you said we could see one planet. I see it right there in the sky. Can we see any others as we're looking up?
Yeah, we've got Venus on the over to one side. We've got Jupiter up here to the left of the sun. And there's the corona.
Absolutely beautiful.
That is spectacular.
Now, you also said that this is happening during what we're calling a solar maximum. Now, Patrick, does that mean that the sun is stronger right now than normal?
Not so much stronger, just more dynamic. It's changing a lot. During solar maximum, the magnetic field on the sun is more chaotic, it's more disorganized. So you see more random directions for the jets of gas leaving the sun.
Right.
That is spectacular. You can see a string.
All right, we are reaching that halfway mark already, 2 minutes into totality.
There's even just a hint of a diamond ring down at the bottom.
I can see it. Yeah, we're looking at a diamond ring from Arkansas, the Diamond State. Now, Patrick, of course, as we've been talking talking about it. This is part of what we are calling the heliophysics big year. You are a heliophysics extraordinaire all the way from Washington, D.C. So what does that mean?
Okay, so the heliophysics big year started out in October of last year with the annular eclipse. And of course, we take a pause here in the middle to watch this particular eclipse, but then it will end on December 24th of 2024 when Parker Solar Probe passes as close as it's ever going to get to the surface of the sun within 9 solar radii.
Oh, wow. I'm sure that means a lot to you because you worked on Parker Solar Probe about 20 years ago during its inception. So tell us a little bit more about that.
I worked on a concept study for Parker Solar Probe back when I was a graduate student in around 2002 or so. And back then, the idea was for it to actually dive into the sun rather than orbit the sun. So it was going to be a sun dive.
Wow, that is fabulous. This must be a very full circle moment for you.
This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. And that diamond ring has been Wait a minute. That's pink. What we are actually seeing is down into the chromosphere now of the sun. We're seeing a little bit deeper than the corona. I believe it's because of the pinkish color. We're looking down into the chromosphere, which is the next layer of the atmosphere of the sun down.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Oh my God.
This is like nothing we have ever seen here in Arkansas and like nothing we will see for the next 2 decades, right, Patrick?
That's right. It's going to be 21 years before we see it again here. 2045.
All right, so as we are starting to exit totality, of course, we're going to be very careful with our eyes if needed. We're going to put those solar glasses back on, of course. And the crowd just erupting, falling quiet again as they watch this magnificent moment.
I'm actually seeing bats flitting through the air.
Oh, wow. Well, we will be very careful then.
Yeah.
And why is that, Patrick? Again, those nocturnal animals are coming out, right?
As far as they're concerned, it's nighttime. It's time to feed. So they're coming out to feed on all the mosquitoes we've been swatting.
Okay, got it. We'll be very careful for all those nocturnal critters around us right now.
All right. We are getting closer. Get ready to put the glasses
All right. We're putting those glasses back on. The crowd is, wow, a second diamond ring seen from right here in Arkansas, the Diamond Stage. Absolutely stunning.
Outstanding.
Beautiful. Patrick, we're going to turn around now and just one question I really do have to ask you before we let you go is, are you Team Sun, Moon, or Earth?
I am Team Sun. Team Sun all day long.
Fantastic. I figured from a heliophysics expert like you, we want to thank the city of Russellville for hosting us, Arkansas Tech University, and our telescope feed operator, Jill Mattis. Thank you so much. Now, let's get back to James Traley over at Kennedy Space Center. James, back to you.
Yeah, thanks so much, Jasmine. What have you guys had there? So you were just right here in Russellville. You can see that shadow has now officially moved off and is on our way to our next target, which is up here in Carbondale. Carbondale is one of those very lucky cities because back in 2017, they were right at that intersection point of the 2017 eclipse across America. They're there again this year, but the difference is they're going to have a much longer slot. In 2017, they only had 2 minutes, 40 seconds, and that's not as much as they're going to have this year, which is 4 minutes and 10 seconds in the totally eclipsed sun. A really great viewing window for them to really take in this big moment. Very exciting to be able to track that for them as well. And also some details about this tool here as well. If I click onto their eclipse time here, 1:59:15 local time, you notice this little icon comes up here. This is actually simulated based off real data from the Parker Solar Probe of what we expect the corona around the sun to look like. And as you just heard, the sun's a lot more active this time around. It's kind of like a wild hairball, if you will. Lots of different streamers and things streaking off the sun. So you've been seeing already in our coverage some really cool activity around that sun's corona. If you're really lucky and the timing is just right, you might get a coronal mass ejection streaking off the sun. Hoping that someone on our path gets to see that today. If you do, be sure to send us the photos. We'd love to see that as well. One other cool feature about this tool, too, is you can see the actual path that the moon is going to be taking across the sun. And all of this plays in real time if you time it up well. And so you can actually see, if I go to our live moment here, this is actually playing as what we're expecting in real time, the movement of the moon across the sun. Carbondale just had a little crescent there, and you can see that shadow is really closing in on them very quickly. Let me turn off the 2017 path and zoom in a bit here. You see there, nearing totality in just a few moments, and their weather is looking great. We've been checking in with them all morning and afternoon. 27% cloud cover, That time of totality is coming up at 1:59:15. Really excited. And then it's going to be kind of bang bang for a while afterwards, for moving on Indianapolis all the way up to our final target in Holton, Maine. There is a lot coming up. And even again, still, if you're outside of that path of totality, have your glasses at the ready to be able to observe that partial eclipse. This is going to be going on for a while. But for now, let's take a look at Kerrville and see up close what it's looking like. How is it looking over there in Kerrville?
A couple more minutes.
Well, the crowds are going nuts here in Carbondale at SIU at Slinky Stadium. Bob Bear is with us, and Bob, it's amazing. I'm afraid to look up. I know it's not quite ready yet, but tell us, what do you expect here for the eclipse today? Good weather.
It's good weather right now. We have high clouds, so totality is going to look just a little bit fuzzy to us, a little bit hazy, but we are moments away from seeing the dime ring here. This is awesome.
I thought we saw it.
I think we had about 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute away. Now, today we're having longer totality. So are you feeling the temperature change? Because I'm already feeling the temperature drop.
I felt the temperature dropping about 20 minutes ago
Right.
even, and the wind picking up a little bit. And I think, yeah, we're at 4 minutes and 9 seconds here, so it'll continue to get cooler. And we got a lot to look at in the sky.
Very excited. I'm looking up when I can.
Oh, it's so close.
It's getting very dark right now. See, it's very dark. You can see the shadow going across.
This is the start of it. It's dark over here. It's light over there.
This is
The shadow's
amazing.
coming.
Crowds are going nuts. We're about to get word that we're at totality. Oh, you can see the planets. The crowds are going nuts. This is crazy. Bob, this is amazing.
Here we go.
Don't look at the sun yet. It's not quite totality, but you can still see some of the planets right away.
Very close. You got about 15
And the crowd is very happy.
shadow
Oh,
bands.
total darkness here. This is incredible. Oh, wow.
There it is.
Diamond ring. Wow, it's amazing. Oh, it's amazing. That is all. Look at that. Oh, and wow. Bob, that's amazing.
Wow. Jupiter.
Complete totality. I see Jupiter.
Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous.
Wow, this is amazing, Bob.
Wow, that is huge. So we have some prominences. I think we want to go look through
Yeah,
this.
look through the scope. I'm going to walk over with you as you talk through the scope. We are right here at one of the telescopes that we have positioned here. Bob is looking through with the naked eye, and
So you got
going to give us some
prominences.
feedback on that.
We got it,
Maybe
yeah.
some prominences we're seeing.
We
What's
got
amazing
prominences all
is how
around
dark it is compared to 2017. Much darker, a lot more astronomical features. We have seen Jupiter, and I believe what planet is that, Bob?
It's Venus
to the right. That's
I
the Venus.
can't quite see Mercury. I think it's obscured by those light clouds.
Yeah,
up
light
there.
clouds.
But 360-degree sunset around us.
This is amazing.
It's going to get darker.
It's going to get
It's
darker.
gonna get darker.
Wow,
We're
this is
not-
already pretty dark.
We are not in the middle of the shadow quite yet.
Wow.
Did you see it? Okay, 2:46 to go. Okay.
All right, so we're getting some live data from the team
Got it.
here. I tell you, it's really impressive, Bob, because
Oh my gosh, it's getting better. See that prominence at the
yes,
bottom
at
of
the
it?
bottom, there's the prominence. I see it.
Wow. I keep looking.
I
for
can't believe the
Mercury, so
clarity. That it's so much darker than 2017.
It's gorgeous. And what's awesome, we have 6 telescopes running back here,
That's
capturing
awesome.
data, streaming this.
And that's a big important part here. This is not just capturing image to share with people watching the show. You are actually capturing scientific data that can be used by scientists everywhere.
We are, and we've seen totality across North America so far in Mazatlan. Now we're experiencing it ourselves, and we'll experience it after this on the Jomatron
It's
from
like
the other job sites.
it's like the most amazing eclipse train you could ever ride on.
Wow. This is a bit better than 2017.
Without a doubt.
No cloud.
And you know what's interesting is the crowd is quieting down. They seem to be experiencing the moment, taking it all in. A really special moment here.
Look at this. So we must be getting close to the center. Where are we at? 2 minutes. So 1 minute 30 seconds.
The corona's looking brighter because
Yes.
our eyes are adjusting now.
I mean, that is amazing, Bob. And how much corona you see? I mean, like
A
just
lot.
last time I
That's
didn't
like-
see that much.
Visually, oh, there's a bat. There's a bat flying over the crowd.
Oh yeah, we talked about the animals. Now we see them becoming active.
We found a luna moth earlier as
Wow.
well. But
Wow.
that corona is about 4 times the diameter of the sun. That is massive.
That is amazing, Bob. And I'm really curious about that prominence at the bottom.
Have you looked yet, Blair? You
No,
have
I
to look.
haven't.
So take a look. So Blair's looking through the scope.
Oh
now
my
at
goodness.
Totality.
I know that one right at the bottom is significant, Bob. It looks like a coronal mass ejection, but don't fact check me on that because I'm just a novice. But there's actually 2 on the bottom. Bob, you got to look at that. There's 2. Look at the
30 seconds.
30 seconds left of totality. Jump in there. Take a look. It's great because we have telescopes out here for people to look at and actually see total eclipse through it.
Corona.
And
We're getting close.
I don't know what you guys are seeing on television, but
10 seconds. We gotta cut it off.
okay, all right, here we go. 10 seconds before we need to put our glasses back on.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you're good.
You're good. We put the cap back on the telescope to make sure nobody looks.
What an amazing
Too
event,
late.
Bob.
There's the diamond ring. There's the second one. Oh, snap. Oh, that's amazing. It's like it was scheduled. Yeah, somebody had the timing right here.
Oh, man,
that's amazing. We will see shadow bands again here. You hear the crowd. Everybody's excited. There we go.
What an amazing moment here at Saluki
Wow.
Stadium
Oh my gosh.
with Bob Bear and 10,000 fans, all loving every moment of it. Bob, some final words.
Well, I think we just had an eagle fly over.
Okay, but incredible. Well, that's one of those things you said. We saw animal reaction, we heard it, we felt it.
It was wonderful. So we got to keep an eye out for shadow bands. We're going to see them again in about 1 minute on the ground here.
Okay, so we'll keep looking for those shadow bands on the ground, but I got to tell you guys back at the studio, I know you guys have seen eclipses already. There's still some to come, but what an amazing moment. Back to you guys. Good weather all the way to the end.
Thank you, Blair. We are in Indianapolis. We are almost at totality. With me, I have Nikki Rail, the Associate Director for Flight Programs for the Heliophysics Division, and Denise Hill, NASA's Outreach and Communications Lead for the NASA Heliophysics Division. You guys, let's get our glasses on. And you can hear the crowds start to roar as everyone gets on their glasses. We are so close. Ladies, what are we seeing right now?
I mean, just the ambiance of this moment. It is beautiful. We're just seeing a really small crescent, but the light all around us, it's so dusky.
I'm just
Odd.
It is. I'm feeling a temperature drop already, which I can't believe. It's feeling cooler. The crowd is starting to go wild. We're still
Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right.
We are so
All right. And
close.
the best soundtrack you could possibly ask for in the background here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh, we're so close.
Okay, just a little bit left, and you can really hear the crowd
Oh,
cheering.
here we go.
They're wild.
Here
We're
we
excited.
go.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. We're so close.
Here we go. Almost.
Almost. We are so close. And we.
Oh my gosh, there's that great thing right here. All right. Oh, wow.
Guys,
Can you see the
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I can actually visualize the corona. I've always wanted to see that.
Wow.
Look at that. Fantastic.
Oh my god, it's gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
An incredible sight.
And dark.
Wow.
Look at how dark it is. Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
And you can really see those streamers coming out right now. I'm seeing some bright lights around where we're seeing it cratering, and I can see those streamers coming out of the corona.
And are those Bailey speeds? Are we seeing any Bailey speeds?
We were seeing some Bailey speeds. They're transitioning out a little bit. Oh, yes, those bright light where the sunlight is shining through craters on the moon, mountains and
Wow.
craters. And look at those streamers of the corona.
Holy
It is putting on a show.
moly. And it is dark.
Holy moly.
It is dark.
I gotta take a peek at the crowd right now.
Oh, look at the crowd.
Oh
The
my
crowd is
gosh.
absolutely going wild. Everyone's got their phone out. It is now safe to look at the eclipse without your glasses.
Wow.
What an amazing sight. Folks, we've got 4 minutes here, a little under 4 minutes to enjoy this.
Wow.
And if you were in an open field right now, you'd be able to see a sunset, a 360-degree sunset all
Yes.
around us.
Yes,
You
I
can see a little bit of that now.
See the light around us a little bit. I have to say, this is my first total eclipse in Nice.
This is my first total
Incredible to see it.
totality.
Wow.
This is a bucket list moment for me.
This is incredible. Really a once in a lifetime, unless you're an eclipse chaser, which I'm considering it.
I might become one after this.
Yeah.
I quit my job.
Wow,
Oh my
fantastic. Oh
We
my
spent
gosh.
so long trying to see that corona and just see it with my eyes.
With your own eyes. Wow, just gorgeous.
I'm just in awe of
Yes.
seeing this person on this rock moving around the sun.
Yes.
I can't even believe it right now.
Yeah, and to share this moment together with 50, 60,000 people all looking up at the moon and the sun all at once. It's just an incredible experience for all the folks here in Indy and for all the folks watching. I hope you can take, the amazing energy and excitement from this crowd. What a special moment for the United States.
Oh my gosh, do you hear that? Look at listen to everybody.
There we go, the crowds. Wow. Okay, so I think we're seeing those beautiful
The
prominences.
corona is just putting on such a show right now. It's got my
Yes.
full attention.
Wow.
That's all I can watch.
Holy cow. We've got some very appropriate music going on in the background
Yes.
here.
This is the best version of getting mooned that I have ever experienced in my life.
Don't strain your eye.
Oh, wow. I am just in awe. There just aren't the right words to describe this.
I'm just noticing it feels so strange to me right now. I
Yes.
feel the hair on my arms
Wow.
standing up. I feel like it's nighttime and what am I doing and it was daytime.
And actually, folks, we're starting to get some nighttime insects coming out.
Yes, we're starting to see bugs.
Yeah, we are seeing bugs in light. It's hard to hear them over the crowd, but I can definitely see them flying.
Yes, I think the animals are a little bit confused. Nikki, while I have you, we've got a lot of programs at NASA looking at the sun. No eclipse glasses required. As the Associate Director of Flight Programs, tell me, what can we expect NASA to be sending to the sun in the next few years?
We are so lucky in the midst of this incredible time of solar max. We're getting ready.
Oh,
to
the diamond ring right now. Diamond ring. Take a look. Put your glasses back on. Be safe. That is the diamond ring, folks. Wow, spectacular. Oh my gosh. You can even hear fireworks in the distance.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, and the light is already starting to
It
change.
really is.
You can
Wow.
Yeah.
Crowd is on.
Hear the crowd
Oh
just
my
every second of
gosh.
it.
Oh, what a moment. I love those fireworks. Indianapolis is really pulling out all of the stops, and we love them for it. I also want to take a moment here to thank our 2 telescope operators, John and Dana, who have been providing these telescope views for us there from Ball State University. Thank you very much to John and Dana. All right.
It's like somebody flipped the lights back on.
It's
Almost like a switch flip.
This is so crazy.
And I can feel it warming up already.
Yes.
Wow.
This is so
Incredible. Well, this is an incredible moment and an incredible moment for the Helio Big Year. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. This has been fantastic.
thank you for having me and sharing
I'm
this.
so excited to be here and to see this incredible sight.
Absolutely. Megan and Sarah, back to you.
Oh, it was so fun to experience, and I can't wait for us to do it now. Take a look at this drone shot where you can see it definitely got noticeably darker. We feel it here. It's colder. The crowd is cheering now. They're ready for totality here in Cleveland, Ohio. We are less than 3 minutes away. 2 minutes seconds away from totality here in Cleveland, Ohio. The crowd over here to our right going crazy, feeling the excitement. I'm ready for this. How are you?
Yeah, it's super cool. It's all of a sudden it's really getting dark and you're starting to feel it.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's like they just dimmed out. Now it's like night. This happened within the last couple of seconds. But let's take a look around because obviously we're not the only ones enjoying the total solar eclipse today. We have some we have some eclipse viewing events that we've seen around the country. So why don't we take a look at some of those? Wow! Oh my gosh! So this is Times Square. That's the NASDAQ tower, and they are taking our feed live right now, and we're seeing Cleveland, Ohio sun.
They're only going to get a partial eclipse today, but they get to watch our eclipse with us. So.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they can do that. Wow, look, that sliver of a crescent just left. It's actually perfect on that building.
It's beautiful.
The shape of that building, right? And we can see some people in the foreground taking a look, stopping to watch. It's hard to stop in Times Square, right? But they're stopping to take a look at this with us.
Beautiful.
Oh, awesome! So this is just next to us. This is Progressive Field here in Cleveland, Ohio. So the Guardians have their opening day today, and the first pitch is after 5 o'clock. But as you can see, they've opened up the stadium, and people are in there to enjoy.
Big crowd in there to watch that. That's great.
Yeah, and you can. Oh my gosh, it just got darker here.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. And then Mentor Civic Amphitheater again. The field starting to fill, and everybody looking up at the sky for their opportunity to see today's solar eclipse. This is us back here in Cleveland. Everybody looking up at the sky. We have 30 seconds. 30 seconds until totality here in Cleveland, Ohio. Oh my God, I have goosebumps everywhere. Everybody's starting to cheer. I cry. I kind of feel like crying. This is so cool to see. It's getting so dark so fast.
Wow, it's like night just descended on us.
And look at the crescent slowly disappearing. Crowds cheering here. Cell phones up, cameras up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And totality. Totality, everyone.
Oh wow. Oh my gosh. I know I wasn't sure because we had some high clouds, but oh my goodness, you can see the corona extending out. Oh wow.
Yeah, the clouds are really bothering me. Get very cloudy here in the last hour and a half, but we have a great view here in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yes.
Wow, look at the corona.
You can hear the crowd. Wow, everybody's got their phones out.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Now, I saw pictures of what the shape of the corona might look like from our NASA scientists, and it looks exactly like they predicted.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and you can see Jupiter and Venus.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So Jupiter's to the upper left of the eclipse that we're watching, and just to the right of it is Venus.
Yes. Oh, and I see some of those pink protuberances we've been talking about all day.
Wow.
Beautiful.
And again, all around us you see light, but just at the top where we are.
360 sunsets.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes, Indianapolis had described that as well.
Woo!
We have totality here for 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
It's such a luxurious amount of time. I saw that 2017, I think they only had about 2 minutes. So.
And why is that? Why does the length of totality differ?
Oh yeah, well, because sometimes the moon is a little closer, a little further away. Its orbit's elliptical, and so when it's further away, it looks smaller in the sky. But when it's closer, it looks bigger, and so we get a little bit more extra time.
Look at the prominence. You can see it on the bottom. On the bottom there.
So
Wow.
bright pink.
That is insane that you can see it from there. From here.
Yes.
Just like the power of our sun. I'm truly in awe right now. And cold. I'm in awe and cold.
It did drop. It's
It is
dropped probably
noticeably
10 degrees. It's like, yes.
Yes. Looking around to the crowd. A lot of people videotaping it, trying to take photos.
The lovely backdrop of the Cleveland skyline.
Yeah, that's beautiful. We have the stadium right next to us. Oh my gosh. And again, thanking the Great Lakes Science Center and NASA for hosting this event here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio.
It's great to sort of join humanity to all come together at once and experience this together with such a great.
Oh, look at the screen right now. Here's a shot of the skyline Wow, the sky looks on fire. Beautiful. A lot of excitement still here in the crowd. Sarah's just taking it all in. Sarah, you're supposed to be commentating. You're supposed to be saying so beautiful. So you can tell that we have some cloud cover, right? It's kind of hazy here, but still.
It is, yeah, some high clouds. I was worried about it, but like you can still really see it. Have a pretty good view here.
Wow. And again, this is so rare for people here in Cleveland to see a total solar eclipse. The last time was 1806. The next time, guys, 2444. That is incredible.
I hope everybody took the time to come outside and witness this today.
Oh my gosh. You can still see that prominence. Again, what a prominence is.
Yeah, so that pink color comes from the helium in the sort of outer atmosphere of the sun there. That's beautiful.
And it gives off that pink glow.
Yeah.
Wow. Totality ending here. Oh, there's the diamond ring. Time to put your glasses back on, everyone. That's your cue. Glasses back on. Wow. Wow. What an amazing experience. My first total solar eclipse. Yes. Let's see what they think about this in Niagara with Daryl Nail.
Over the entire area. It has been seen, but we are under pretty cloudy conditions. And David Sheedy is with us. He's a program executive of the Heliophysics Division. David, this is a challenging situation to be in order to try to see this eclipse. We've seen glimpses.
We have seen glimpses. So we're basically spending our time staring at the sky, hoping for a little bit of a glimpse of what would be the totality. So right now, the sky has just completely gone dark. You see all the lights basically. Everybody's cameras and everything else are all making it lighter. And it's gotten significantly colder as well, just over the last several minutes.
It's like it's fascinating to see it go night like this. We've been listening to everybody across the country enjoying totality and seeing it clear. That's not the events we're having here. In fact, it's so cloudy that our telescope operator, Jessica Bolina, who's working very hard to try to get a lock on it, has not been able to get that telescope feed dialed in because she has to have a view of the sun in order to see it. So we don't have a feed for you from Niagara. What we have is just every once in a while you'll hear part of the crowd will cheer because I guess they kind of have an angle through the clouds to see just a little bit.
Yeah, and the clouds are really only cleared out enough occasionally to even need eclipse glasses. So for the most part, you have a thick enough layer of clouds that you can see the eclipse without them, and it's just fine. So a lot of us have been able to just take regular pictures with our cameras.
Let's take a look and just kind of enjoy the moment of darkness that we're in now. People have come from all over the world.
Oh, now you can see some. Looks like it's a little bit lighter up there. Our spotlights are blinding these guys. Turn the spotlights down. So there, look, you got a little bit of eclipse stuff right there with people watching. So we're just catching little glimpses of things as we look up into the sky. So this might not be an exciting summit. This is what we get. We're just hoping to have a little bit of a glimpse.
Well, we've got 3 minutes and 29 seconds for it to happen. We're already a minute or so in.
Right.
We heard there's going to be skydivers that are going to jump out. Probably hard to see them.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll ever get to see the skydivers. Can't see any of the Niagara Falls really. It's basically all like as if it was night for us here. You can start to see some of the light come in from the other side.
So we're taking now a view of Tupper Lake, New York. That's
oh look, there you go. Right there, totality right there. We're getting totality right now that we can see. There it is. We just got a really nice first spot right there. So wow, got a little bit of hole in the clouds so everybody can see.
Just opened up, and now that was the roar from the crowd that you just heard, and just as soon as it showed.
So yeah, we're continuing to watch the totality that we're getting right now. You can see a little bit of wind on the side as it's shining through.
Well, they're tucked down.
Yep.
Jessica,
So here we go. We have another view, a little bit, another little view right here.
Yep.
As it's starting to peek out around.
There it is.
So we're getting starting to peek out just around right there. Yep.
Well, totality is complete.
Yep. Well, that was a fun experience to watch and hope, like as everybody else around here, hoping for a view.
That was a unique experience. It lights up. And suddenly night is turning into light and day.
Yeah, we're getting some light again. Oh, although that's a lot of light.
I was worried there for a second that we weren't going to get anything. David Ching, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you sharing this experience. I was really worried we were going to see something. Fortunately for everybody here in Niagara Falls, we got to see a little bit of the eclipse.
Yes, we did. That was great.
Now. Thank you very much.
All right, well.
As we take a look around the falls, and people have not moved. They are still looking up, enjoying the partial eclipse now. We're going to bring in Jeremy Hansen. He is a Canadian Space Agency astronaut who has been at the falls with us for the past few days. And Jeremy, you're going to be on Artemis 2, of course, the mission. We'll talk a little bit about that.
You're going to be looking over your shoulder.
Hey, make sure you put on your glasses.
We're still pretty safe. We get a lot of cloud cover. That was actually, I think, exceeded expectations.
Well, I mean, your expectations start off with just clouds everywhere.
Yeah.
And I didn't think we were going to get anything. How did you feel when it finally come through?
I felt like success because we all really wanted to see it in totality. And we might have only saw it for 5 seconds, but we did get to see it. And we could see the corona, and that was just very special for me. So I really liked that. And then when it passed totality, it was like this amazing, hopefully the camera captured it, but just like that amazing sunrise just coming across the clouds. Actually, the clouds kind of made a nice backdrop for it. So that was pretty special.
That was very unique, very special. I'm so glad and a little relieved that we got to see a little bit of it. That was the moon passing in front of the sun. You're going around the moon in September of 2025, currently scheduled for that. You'll be the first Canadian to do so. You just saw a real special moment. That's another one. What are your thoughts on getting ready to take that trip?
You can imagine I have a lot of thoughts about Artemis 2 and what Reed, Christina, Victor, and I are getting ready to undertake. But if I have to boil it down, a lot of it comes down to pride. Really proud of humanity for taking on these big challenges. We're really proud of the United States for their leadership, for creating this opportunity where other countries can express our genius, bring real contributions to the program. And now Canada is going to be the second country in the world to send a human into deep space. And it's got nothing to do with me. It has to do with the genius that the world is sharing. I just love that.
That's amazing. I want to mention real quick, we are in full totality of the Tupper Lake, New York, not far from here in northeastern New York. We're here in western New York, where light is continuing to shine and get a little bit brighter. It really is special, and we really felt that in the 4 days that you were here interacting with the public. Was that your sense?
There's a lot of excitement around this celestial event that's happening and around space exploration in general, which I find really uplifting. I don't think space exploration solves all the problems or challenges of the world, but I do believe it is one of the pillars of those solutions. No matter what problem you're looking at, space plays a role. And I love it when I see our youth getting fired up about, asking me, how do I work at NASA? How do I work at the Canadian Space Agency? We're on the U.S. side here, but I've had some Canadians come up to me. It's just something that brings us together. This, the spirit of humanity. Just like this experience we're having here, it's a very, it feels like community. We're all out here, just humans, just being humans, and sharing something special.
And sharing it together was really neat. That communal part that you talk about. Like, I felt a little bit of a bond with everybody here now. You as well. Appreciate seeing you and having dinner the past few nights. Just happened to work out coincidentally.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed the time. Great words today, and we will all be rooting you on for your mission coming up in September of next year. So good luck. Be safe. We'll be rooting you and your crew on. Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah, no, we'll take it. I appreciate that. And I don't know if you saw it when you're on camera because you were busy, but The birds, they just went nuts in totality. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see
They're
it.
all up here. They came out of the woodwork, and there's been birds all day, but it was sort of like birds filling the sky. I thought that was really neat to see. Anyway, thanks for having me today. It's a
Great.
pleasure to be here.
Thank you for fill that out in your citizen science journal. Make sure you put that in there because we're doing that. All right, thank you, Jeremy. And I just want to say thank you also to New York State Parks, Niagara Falls specifically. We couldn't have done this without you. So thank you very much. We're going to throw it now to Kennedy Space Center where James Traley is tracking totality at Tupper Lake. James?
That's right, Delaware. Yeah, we are still in totality at Tupper Lake. We are nearing the end of our eclipse across North America. You can see our last target of the day, Holton, Maine, is all the way up here, almost off your screen. This speed of the eclipse shadow is moving so quickly across. The ground speed is about 2,000 miles per hour, so that is a fast clip. If you're in the path of totality, really take full advantage of those few fleeting moments to observe this moment. If you're not in that path of totality, or if you missed it, hopefully you didn't miss it because we've been tracking it all day here showing you. If you did miss it, I'm going to zoom way out here and show you what to keep an eye out for in the future. So this is going to be the eclipse path in 2045. We're going to come through parts of Montana into North Dakota in 2044. 2045 is the next big eclipse across America. That's actually going to come, oops, I didn't draw here, there we go. That's going to come all the way from California into parts of Florida there. That is in 2045, so a long time to wait. So really take full advantage of those fleeting moments and be able to observe this moment. I'm going to click on Burlington here, who are also in that path of totality, experiencing that right now too. So just an incredible moment to really see all of this. And Tupper Lake, again, they're still, I think, experiencing that last fleeting moment there. That is just moving off. You can see that is officially now moved off. Really a fantastic shot. They have that now, that diamond ring effect, that really beautiful shot there. This is, again, such a quick moment, and this doesn't happen very often. It's really a once-in-a-lifetime moment, so take full advantage of this. You can see just how close we are now to Holton, Maine, who are our last stop of the day on our NASA coverage here. This is then going to continue on into parts of Canada and beyond. Holton, Maine, they had some snow past couple days. It seems to have cleared up quite a bit more for them. Really hoping that holds out for them. They are expecting a duration of 3 minutes and 20 seconds to be able to observe that totality at 3:32:05 local time. Really excited to see that view. You see that shadow creeping so quickly up to them up there. So let's check in with Angelique, who is up there in Holton, Maine. Hopefully it's beautiful weather for you. How's it looking up there, Angelique?
James, it is looking here. We are just a few minutes away from totality. You can hear people announcing it in the back. People are getting excited, as am I. And here to share in all of that excitement with us is actually Dr. Eric Smith, the program scientist for the James Webb Space Telescope. Eric, it's so great to have you here.
Oh, it's great to be here, Angelique. This is really exciting.
Eric, is this your first eclipse?
This is the first totality I'm going to see, so I am super psyched, and I am delighted to be here in Maine to experience it.
Yes, and so we've actually been kind of watching as it slowly gets closer and closer, right? And we're starting to feel it getting kind of cooler. We're seeing the shadows change.
Yeah, we're seeing the light is definitely different from when the sun sets and the shadows get a little diffuse. Here they're still sharp, but the light is diminishing. Your brain tells it something different is happening.
Something is definitely up. So, speaking of up, that's where the James Webb Space Telescope is. And what's interesting about the telescope is that it actually can't look directly at the sun, just like we can't.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about why that is?
Sure. We designed Webb to look for very faint things in the distant universe. So it's very sensitive for very faint things. Of course, the sun is very bright. And so we had to make sure that it could never look at the sun. We use solar power to power the spacecraft, but the telescope can't look at the sun.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, as it's starting to get a little bit closer to all the cool phenomenon, Bailey's beads, the diamond, let's go ahead and put on our glasses.
All right.
You can look up and continue shining. Wow. Just a little bit left. That is incredible. Wow. So, Eric, I have a couple more questions for you. Another thing that I was wondering about is how we can use actually eclipses to study exoplanets, which are planets outside of our solar system, using, I think, the transit method. Is that what that's called?
Yeah. Right now, during an eclipse, the moon...
Sorry, everybody getting excited. We're getting very close to totality here.
the moon is transiting in front of the sun, just the way planets that orbit around other stars transit in front of the star. So Webb can look at those exoplanets and use the transit just like we're staring up at the moon transiting the sun.
Gotcha. And so a transit, it's like you said, literally just when something crosses from something else.
That's right, yeah.
Okay. Very cool. So throughout the broadcast, we've actually been able to see the eclipse through different telescope feeds. Can you tell me a little bit about what the difference is between, actually, we're going to go ahead. Oh my gosh, it looks like just a few more seconds until we are in complete totality. Oh my gosh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody cheering. This is incredible. So let's go ahead and take off our glasses. We are in totality now.
Oh, you can see the corona light. Amazing.
That is
Beautiful.
incredible.
You can see a planet in the sky that you couldn't see before.
Oh, wow. And I think, is that one of the, oh gosh, the
Yes,
key
and
word
that's a
I'm
drone.
forgetting
There's a
now.
drone up there in the sky, too.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
It's incredible, the rays that you can kind of just see coming off of the corona.
Yes, yeah. Stunningly beautiful.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the most amazing things I've ever
And
seen.
you can see the gradation in the sky
Yes.
down the horizon.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I am seeing a bit of that 360-degree sunset.
Yes, yeah.
That is really cool.
It's amazing, even though we're in the total shadow.
Right.
There's still, the corona is still pretty bright.
It is incredibly bright.
You could read by the light of the corona.
I think I would have some trouble reading, but I probably could. I could technically read something. So, Eric. Oh, and actually, we have the International Space Station flying over right now. So they are actually seeing not one, but 2 views of the eclipse. They're able to see not just the moon passing in front of the sun, but they're also able to see the shadow of the moon passing over Earth, which is absolutely incredible. I mean, I can hardly imagine a view being better than the one we have right now. But if there is one, it's from the space station for sure. Wow. So yes, they're able to take some pictures of that, and that is just incredible. Just incredible.
One of the things they tell people to do if you're far away is to hear how nature changed. And it was interesting here. We're, of course, surrounded by a lot of people, just to hear their reaction when we went into totality.
It's true. The humans in nature have not gotten quieter, but louder, I would say. But, I mean, you can definitely hear the loudness has a different kind of character to it. There's almost like a, I mean, I don't know if wonder has a sound, but I think this might be it. Yeah.
Hushed awe.
Yes, hushed awe. That's wonderful. And I can see just one little red, I guess, like
little red spots almost. I noticed those too.
That's cool. Now there are 2.
Yeah.
Wow. That is just so cool.
Yeah, I like the 360 sunset. It's a little hard to see behind us, but it's,
oh, we got at least one or 2 drones.
Yeah, some our robot overlords.
Of course. And so, Eric, I know that, I mean, clearly with the drones, people are starting to get involved in the eclipse, and I know that there are lots of ways that people can actually get involved. One of those ways is with citizen science. Do you mind talking about some of those opportunities, how people can actually...
Sure. We had citizen science programs where people could use their cell phones to take pictures during the eclipse. And
we're getting ready to come out of totality.
And here we go. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's peeking out.
Everybody is cheering. We have just made it to the end of totality. We're starting to see the sun just peeking back out again.
Now just look at the ground, how much brighter it's got.
It is already so much brighter. That is so wild. That was probably one of the most amazing, but also fastest 3 minutes of my life. I wish I could do it all again.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was incredible. Incredible to get to experience that here in Holden. Thanks so much to the city of Holden. And also thank you so much, Dr. Smith, for coming out and hanging out with us and experience this wonderful event.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and congratulations to the city of Holton here for doing such an amazing job covering the
Absolutely.
eclipse. It was amazing.
I mean,
Well orchestrated.
Above and beyond. And I want to say, of course, a special thank you to photographer Dave Bowman, who has been giving us these incredible images from the telescope feed. And we're going to enjoy as the rest of the eclipse kind of ends here, going back in the direction that it came. And with that, we're going to send it back over to you, Megan. All right. Thanks, Angelique. So, Tina, I mean, what do you think? Like, we literally have just watched the eclipse travel, what, 600 miles?
Going across
Mexico to Maine in, like, what, about 88 minutes?
That's right. It's like that 1900 miles per hour that the shadow's traveling.
I mean, do you have a favorite location?
For me, I think between Russellville and Dallas, just getting to hear some of my colleagues and their excitement too.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no. So, I don't know. I have to be a little bit biased. We did have some cloud cover here, but to see it with your real eyes was just.
And we had that moment, which was.
We did, yes. It was amazing. And so it's really cool too, just to think about how millions of us now have this shared moment of what could be a once in a lifetime event.
It's true.
And so, folks, we have time for some more questions from our viewers. And again, we have another great question from Mackenzie, who's in the 3rd grade.
Okay.
Let's roll it now.